This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It was hip hip hooray for Joe Madden. We'll show you how Hazleton celebrated on opening day. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Lisa Sugared in tonight for Ken Cara, who is on assignment. Well, last night, Hazleton's own Joe Madden and the Chicago Cubs opened up the 2015 baseball season against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Hazleton One Community Center threw a party for Madden, and everyone was invited. Our Ken Cara took their invitation and went in search of a lifelong Cubs fan amidst a ton of new ones.
The Hazleton One Community Center is all about bringing people from all different walks of life together. On April 5th, Phillies fans, Yankees fans, Red Sox fans, and some people who don't even care about baseball let out a cheer for the Chicago Cubs as Hazleton's own Joe Madden was announced as their manager for the first time on opening night. My quest to find a lifelong Cubs fan started with Andrea Pabone. She's been volunteering with the Hazleton Integration Project since last fall. Pabone was handing out bags that were donated by the Chicago Cubs for kids in the Hazleton area. Are you a baseball fan?
Am I? Yes. I have a grandson that's a great baseball player, and I'm a fan of his, and I love going to games. But am I a fan? No. Am I a fan of the Cubs now? Yes.
Strike one. Next, I ran into Bob Curry, the president of the Hazleton Integration Project, who I know for a fact used to wear a Tampa Bay Rays hat for obvious reasons. While he's not a lifelong Cubs fan, he did have some insider information.
This is more than just fun stuff because this is it. This is showtime. It's showtime for Joe Madden. It's showtime for the Chicago Cubs. And coincidentally, our oldest daughter, Rachel, lives in Chicago, and she's been living there 5 years. And she tells us the city is electric. There has not been this kind of enthusiasm for the Chicago Cubs team in decades, literally decades. So these guys, everybody in Chicago is excited. We've got our Wrigley East right here. We're all cheering on our hometown guy. You know, Joe is such an easygoing guy, and he is so much who we are as a community that everybody loves Joe, and why not? So let's everybody in the community get behind him, and that's what tonight is all about.
I went looking for more information on this subject and found Joe Madden's mother, Beanie Madden. She threw out the first pitch before the game at the Hazleton One Community Center. Are you surprised how Chicago has embraced your son, like the way Tampa Bay even did?
It's amazing. But I don't know what it is about him that he pulls everybody in, you know, and he's honest. That's number one. He's honest.
Is that something you tried to instill in him? I mean, was that an early lesson, you hope?
I think so.
Beanie's more than just a proud mother. She's also a fan. Will you enjoy the game tonight, or do you get very nervous?
I like to be by myself because I like to say what I want to say.
I remember you telling me that. So you're going to watch the whole game here, though?
I'm going to try, but I like to do what I want to do, get up and say what I want to, you know, but I have to be a lady.
Back to my search for a lifelong Cubs fan. This is Isaac Arias, who obviously isn't a lifelong Cubs fan. No, I didn't do any investigative journalism. I just noticed his Yankees shirt. All right, you're wearing a Yankee shirt here. You know you were coming tonight, or I mean, what was the...
Well, I wanted to come because it was a Chicago and everybody was talking about it, and plus Joe Madden because he's from here.
Can you root for Joe Madden and the Cubs as a Yankees fan? I do it as I'm happy he's out of the AL East. He's not with the Rays.
I could. Because he's not on Boston. I'm an anti-Boston fan.
I was about to give up and do my final interview with Hazleton's police chief Frank D'Andrea about his role in bringing the 92-inch television to the Hazleton One Community Center. The TV was confiscated in a drug raid. During the interview, I had my breakthrough. D'Andrea has been rooting for the Cubs and Chicago Bears since he was a kid. What should Hazleton know about the Cubs fandom? What should we know about the Chicago Cubs?
I think that Hazleton will fit right in with the Chicago Cubs fan because they are the win or lose, that's our team. They're not an arrogant type of fan. They're just extremely supportive, and they recognize that it's been a long road to the top, and we finally have light at the end of the tunnel. I look at the win flag, the W flag that the Cubs always fly, and you turn that flag upside down, and it's an M. And that M stands for Madden. And there's no doubt in my mind Joe Madden is going to turn Chicago and the Cubs around to win the World Series.
Hopes are high in the north side of Chicago and in northeastern Pennsylvania. Play ball. For FYI News, this is Red Sox fan and new Cubs supporter Ken Cara.
Thank you, Kenny. Well, ESPN was also there taping some of the action, so keep an eye out for Hazleton on national TV as well. Ken will also have more on that special event on an upcoming episode of Out of Left Field. Well, the kids who attend the after-school program at the Hazleton One Community Center also had a hand in last night's party. As soon as you walked into the Hazleton One Community Center, you saw all of their hard work. Here's the president of HIP, Bob Curry.
I think one of the most innovative things that we did is we challenged our teachers in grades 3 through 5, and they came up with a brilliant idea. So we have about 3 dozen baseball haiku out there, and some of them are really clever. You know, it's such a stylized form of poetry, and these kids are so creative, and you challenge them to do something, and they just do a great job.
Joe Madden and the Cubs are back in action on Wednesday against the Cardinals. Elsewhere tonight, businesses and organizations in the greater Hazleton area are teaming up to Light It Up Blue for Autism Awareness, an effort spearheaded by our own Janine Mazurkevich nonprofit organization, the Making a Difference Foundation. Last week, Hazleton Mayor Joe Iannuzzi proclaimed April as Autism Awareness Month in the city, and many businesses and organizations are hosting events to benefit SAFE, that's Supporting Autism and Families Everywhere, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping families living with autism. Chaskin Jewelers has donated a beautiful blue topaz ring. Register for a chance to win it at participating businesses throughout the month. We will have much more details on that later this week on FYI, and other events include the Dragonfly Cafe will donate 10% of all small coffee sales at the end of the month. Carmen's Bakery will donate a portion of blue cupcake sales. Hazel Compounding will donate 10% of proceeds of all children's vitamin supplements sold the last week of April. Hazleton Power will donate 10% of membership signups in the month of April. Holy Family Academy will donate a portion of their blue shirts sold at the Pennsylvania Wrestling event April 18th. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, DBI Services, and State Representative Two Hills' office will allow employees to wear jeans for a monetary donation. Giant Food will match any money raised by its associates. The Pines Eatery and Frankie's Pizzeria will offer Blue Plate specials this month with a portion of the meal price donated. Brandon's Forever Home, the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, Eagle Rock, and Hazleton City Hall will be decorating their spaces. The Markle building will actually be lit in blue. Other participating businesses include Awesome Paws and Friedman Electric. Now, to make a donation to SAFE, visit any participating business or mail donations to SAFE, 275 Mundy Street, Suite 201, Wilkes-Barre, 18702, or you can visit autismsafe.org. And to get involved, you can contact our very own Janine Mazurkevich right here at our SSPTV studios. Well, in other news tonight, Hazleton police are investigating a weekend shooting incident. A single round was fired and struck a residence in the 100 block of South Laurel Street around 11:45 a.m. Sunday. Anyone with information is being asked to call Hazleton Police. Police are also investigating the assault of a teen. It happened around 3 o'clock Thursday in the area of 19th Street and Hanover Court. The male teenage juvenile was transported for treatment. No word on his condition. A silver-colored SUV with several occupants was observed driving from the area. Again, anyone with information asked to call Hazleton Police by dialing 911. Well, SSPTV and our media partner, the Standard Speaker, will present a special forum to introduce you to the candidates who are running for Hazleton City Mayor in the upcoming May 19th primary election. Let the People Know will be broadcast live from our studios. All 4 primary candidates, Republican incumbent Mayor Joe Iannuzzi, Republican Councilmember Jeff Cassatt, and Democratic Councilmember Jack Mundy and Democrat Grace Kuzo, have all agreed to participate. Let the People Know will be a 1-hour-long program live April 20th at 7 p.m. with several rebroadcasts. We will have more details on those rebroadcasts as we get closer to the event. Still ahead here on FYI, Ron Marchetti is in with Trivia Treats, and after the break we head to Core Fitness for tips to get in shape for spring.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It's Monday and we're back at Core Fitness. I'm not doing laundry today. This is just a bunch of equipment that you might have looked at in the gym and wondered, what do I do with that? I don't even know where to start. So I'm not going to talk about these right now. We're going to talk about what we have set up. So my business partner Kim is here and she's going to go through a couple things with us in case you were wondering what they do. This is what they do. Here we have an ab roller. Some people really steer away from these because you do need a lot of core strength to do them, especially in the way that Kim is doing them now. All right, this is a BOSU. This is a balance trainer. This can be used with the dome side up or the dome side down, and we're going to show you a couple things either way. Now what this does is this challenges your core because it's filled with air, so it's unstable. It's kind of like a stability ball that's been sliced in half. All right, so when she puts her foot down there, all her fast twitch muscles have to flare up and readjust themselves so that she can stay in the middle of that BOSU. Now to make it a little more challenging, she's going to come up to the top of the BOSU, stand on top. Now, if she wasn't as strong as she were, I would give her a bar to hold on to do this exercise to start. But she's going to start lunging off the back now. So now one of her feet is always going to be on top and her core is going to get challenged even more. And you can even see her legs are shaking. She's got to really think about where she's placing her foot. Very good on the core, all right? How about a hula hoop? We've all done that when we were little. This one's a little bit different because it's weighted. It actually makes it easier. Very inexpensive, can be bought online. They even make them now that are collapsible. Great for whittling the waist, working your obliques, good for your posture. Everybody wants that hourglass figure, right? So work in the middle, working your hip flexors, your glutes are getting involved. And then you can even start to, as you get good, you could start to put those on your arms. You can go one leg if you want. My mother was always great at the hula hoop. Okay, that can go down. That's a great one from your childhood, a little blast from the past. Here we have a foam roller. These are all the rage now, okay? So we use these for balance training, but also for myofascial release. So when you have a very tight muscle, Kim's gonna massage the front of her thigh or her quadriceps. This is a little bit of a more advanced stretch because you are actually kneading the muscle. So if you want to think of it as a giant rolling pin for your muscle, and that's exactly what it feels like. But when you're done, you've released toxins from your muscle, you've got to drink a lot of water to flush that out, and you've also massaged out a deep, deep knot that you just wouldn't be able to get otherwise. And the last of our equipment, what do you do with it? The battle ropes. You'll see these now in CrossFit. We have a 70-pounder here at Core Fitness. So look at how beautiful Kim's shoulders look as she's lifting up that rope. That's a 70-pound rope. All right, now I want you to do a double arm with a smash. Up, good, excellent. So trust me, 1 minute there, you will be panting, you will be sweating, excellent, and you will feel it tomorrow. So that's our segment on what do you do with that stuff. If you have any more questions, just give us a call here at Core Fitness, 455-7818. We'll see you next Monday.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Here now is News 13 weather from the National Weather Service. A nice looking day outside our studios here at SSPTV, but it's going to change. Get that umbrella handy. Chance of rain tonight, mainly after 3 a.m. Cloudy with a low getting down to 47 degrees. Then for tomorrow, rain likely mainly after 7 a.m. Cloudy skies, temperatures getting up to 58 degrees. New precipitation amounts between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch. Tuesday night, more of the same. Rain likely, low around 42 degrees. New precipitation this time between 1/4 and 1/2 inch possible. Wednesday, more of the same, broken record. Chance of rain, cloudy all day with a high of 48. Chance of showers Wednesday night with a low getting down to 36 degrees. And on Thursday, guess what? More of the same. Still showers in the forecast, cloudy with a high this time only 44. Showers likely at night with a low of 38. And on Friday, the showers continue. Cloudy skies, temperatures getting up up to 57 degrees. Friday night, the showers likely. Cloudy skies with a low getting down to 50 degrees. FYI weather is brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you, one in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue and one in Nescopec on Broad Street. Please give them a call in Cunningham at 570-788-3543, and in Nescopec you can call 570-752-7683. Time now to take a look at today's winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. The pick 2, 90, the pick 3, 256, the pick 4, 8599, and the pick 5, 33937. Sports is coming up next, but before we go to break, here is an important message from Friedman Electric.
We are back here at Friedman Electric in downtown Hazleton. They are celebrating 80 years in business. We are here with Jerry Katina, and we talk about lighting. Everyone knows you for lighting, but you have different accessories that help for this time of year with safety and the springtime.
Right, absolutely. We're talking this year about going to LED product. LED product, 25 to 50,000 hours. You don't have to change the light bulbs, which are really nice because you know what happens with your regular landscape lights? It's 10 below zero out, right? And 2 of your landscape bulbs burn out, and there you are trying to take everything out. So the great part about LED is you don't have to worry about any of that. Very energy efficient. You could leave them on. You could burn 2 watts instead of, say, 30 watts. So for instance, I just want to give you a quick idea here what we're talking about. This is a regular standard fixture, okay, with a regular bulb in it. And this is a LED. Now, again, you're talking about something that you don't have to replace the bulbs, very energy efficient. You could do longer runs, which is also very, very nice, okay?
Now, let me ask a question.
Yeah, sure.
Are the LEDs more expensive at first, but then you
right.
invest in that and you get your money back?
Correct. The LEDs are more expensive up front, but over the long run, the return on investment is definitely going to be a better situation for you.
Just so people are aware of that.
Yeah, that's no problem. And what we can do is we could actually come in and do a return on investment for you and show you exactly how much money you're going to save.
Okay.
So if you come in and see us, we do have lighting professionals here, myself, I'm Jerry, and we have Lisa, and we also have Claire. So come on in, come see us, and we could discuss about the LED compared to the standard light bulbs. It is all professional grade. We, like Kichler, we've done a lot with Kichler lighting. And very good products. So come in and we could talk to you about
again,
that.
your staff will work with your electricians and your landscaping professionals. So again, everyone working together.
Right. We'll come out to the site. We will, take a look at your site, give you some ideas, and tell you what we think and how to light it. So
great. They also have help here for your home decor. We're going to talk with Lisa next week about
Lisa's great at that. Yeah.
Right here at Friedman Electric, celebrating 80 years in business on FYI.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Well, Ken Kara is on assignment this evening, and his assignment is to cover Russ Kanzler. Now, Kanzler, who was with Philadelphia Phillies for spring training, is now with the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, the Phillies' AAA affiliate. Ken is talking with Russ about spring training and what's next for him as he tries to make it to Citizens Bank Park to help out the Phillies this season. You can see that entire story tomorrow right here on FYI. Kenny's back tomorrow, but right now, here's Ron Marchetti with Trivia Treats.
Duke and Wisconsin clash for the national title tonight. Tip-off is at 9:18, which is totally ridiculous. Hi, everybody. On this Easter Monday, hope you had a very pleasant Easter weekend. This is April 6th, Trivia Treats. Yes, the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship is tonight. So for that reason only, here's a trivia question for you. Who was the first ever sitting president to attend a Final Four? The answer in a minute. But first, on this very day in 2003, 12 years ago, Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the Aaron's 499 at Talladega Super Speedway in Alabama in a controversial and crash-filled race that featured 43 lead changes among 16 drivers. Also exactly 50 years ago at the Los Angeles Sports Arena, NBA guard Jerry West collected 49 points to lead the Lakers to victory over the Baltimore Bullets in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. West will add 52 points in Game 2 in LA and 48 in Game 4. The Lakers took the best of 7 in 6 games. West scored 278 points during the 6 games, the second highest ever by an individual in an NBA playoff series. Only one player scored more. Elgin Baylor scored 284 for the Lakers in the final series against the Celtics in 1962. But that series went 7 games. West did it in 6. Now the answer to the question, who was the first sitting president to attend a Final Four? Bill Clinton was the first sitting president to attend a Final Four, a native of Arkansas and a former governor of that state. Clinton watched the Razorbacks beat Arizona in the semi. Then 2 nights later, Arkansas knocked off Duke 76-72 for the title at the Charlotte Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. Earlier that day, Clinton had thrown out the ceremonial first pitch at the first game ever played at Jacobs Field in Cleveland before boarding Air Force One for Charlotte. That was in 1994, 21 years ago today. Now, Duke did beat Wisconsin at Wisconsin earlier in the season by 10, but this time it's a pick'em game even. I'm a Blue Devil fan, but this time I'm picking these guys to win. The Badgers coach, Bull Ryan, is fairly local. He was born in Chester, PA, played for Wilkes College and coached Sun Valley High near Philly before he became assistant coach at Wisconsin, head coach for the last 13 years. The Badgers never won the NCAA title, so not so bad that they do, but I'll be wearing this and hollering for Duke tonight. Go Duke, and I'll wear it on Friday if they win. If you run into Bob Drywall Sacco, by the way, this week, wish him a happy birthday. See you Friday. Till then, be a good sport and stay loose.
Mondays can be rough, but you can end them on a high note. Seafood night at Bottlenecks. Choose from crab, clam, shrimp, and lobster specials, such as their little neck clams in garlic butter, only $1.95 a dozen, or handmade crab cake platter for only $8.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. Faith Assembly's annual Spring Fest and Easter Egg Extravaganza will be held Saturday, April 11th from 10 a.m. to noon. Join Faith Assembly for over 10,000 Easter eggs, prizes, games, crafts, and a giant inflatable slide. The event is intended for children ages 3 through 12. For info, just call 570-459-2410. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Anna R. Groman of Whitehaven. Arrangements are by the Lehman Family Funeral Service. Mary Sando of Hazleton. Services were held Monday from the Furo Funeral Home. Madalena Yanis of Drums. Funeral is Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Tuesday from 6 to 9 p.m. Rose A. Trishman of Nuremberg. Funeral is Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. in the Sacred Heart Roman Catholic Church in Weston. Friends may call Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. John J. Gabuzda of Freeland. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home will announce complete arrangements. Philip P. Salo of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. And Vassal Poputnik of McAdoo. Funeral is Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. from the Damiano Funeral Home. Friends may call Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. And finally tonight, in loving memory to Jean E. Marquez. Happy birthday in heaven. Love one another as I have loved you. Forever in our hearts and all of our love. From your husband, children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and family.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight here on FYI. Remember, you can catch rebroadcasts throughout the evening or go to Facebook or our website, ssptv.com.